And as to the reason why to do one in the first place, I think the fact that everyone in the world knows Barbie. So few words that are globally recognized in that way, and Barbie is one of them.
Why did you want to make this movie? Because obviously it's a big challenge. For 64 years, nobody wanted to touch it.
I couldn't believe that it hadn't been made into a live-action feature film after 64 years of popularity and being at the center of the cultural conversation so many times over the decades. It felt like you could really do something interesting with a Barbie movie if you made it with the right people. So thankfully Greta said yes, otherwise I don't know how we would have possibly have made a Barbie version that I'd be interested in producing or acting in. But I knew, just knowing her to the extent that I did, and now that I know her really well, she does have a finger on the pulse of cultural conversation and things that feel relevant and kind of sparky today. And then she also has such a love of film history. It's so clear that I thought this is someone who knows how to honor legacy. She would be respectful with the brand legacy, but at the same time would be able to have a culturally relevant conversation. And I thought that's exactly what we needed for a Barbie movie. And as to the reason why to do one in the first place, I think the fact that everyone in the world knows Barbie.
But the dolls were always and forever baby dolls, until...
There's so few words that are globally recognized in that way, and Barbie is one of them. Yeah, I felt like we could do something really fun.
You're the perfect Barbie model.
Just as fast as she can now.
It's a big challenge, obviously, for directing. Margot just mentioned this is such iconic things. How do you build a rich history for Barbie and also bring the fresh and original idea for the film?
Mattel as a brand and what they've made with Barbie, just in general, that that Barbie is all of these different Barbies now. There is no one singular Barbie, it's all these different kinds of Barbies, which is sort of amazing. Even the idea that herself is kind of contained in all of these different individuals. Her Barbie's journey starts off on saying, I'm stereotypical Barbie. I'm the Barbie you think of when somebody says, think of a Barbie, that's me. It still makes me laugh every time she says that. Even this idea of like a stereotypical Barbie or like a thing, like she even has an idea of, in her mind, as stereotypical Barbie of what that means, allowing that to fall apart and transform into something better. And ultimately, we make dolls to understand ourselves better. So it had to be a journey where she gets to understanding us better. That had to be what the story was. And honestly, it was terrifying. It was a big challenge, but then I think it was also just something that once I started making it and these actors came on and they're so amazing, it was just this feeling of like, I love movies.
I'm a big fan of Batty. Well, you're the human, and I'm glad that you represent us. And you're such an advocate for the inclusivity in Hollywood. What was your touch in Barbie to express that idea?
Yeah, I mean, the script that Greta wrote with her Ken, Noah.
My Ken.
Her Ken. Was just an incredible gift. I mean, opening it up and seeing how many of us were represented in this narrative of Barbie that hasn't always been the case. You know, I didn't grow up feeling seen in the Barbie narrative, and that has changed. It changed in the actual dolls, and now it's in this big, shiny, blockbuster summer movie where so many of us can look up at this cultural moment and see ourselves in it. And like, we all want that. We all want to be able to feel like, that's who I would be. You know, I feel like that's all me and my girlfriends did growing up. You watched a movie you love and you're like, I'm this one and I'm that one. And you want to find the one that feels like you. And Greta gave us that. She gave us all a way to see ourselves in the movie.
Did you try to convince Greta to take a cameo in this movie like you did for John Cena?
I think it's going to be a movie that all audiences enjoy.
I thought she was gonna play our weird Barbie character.
I always knew.
And then she was like, I can't. She's already wearing a lot of hats in this movie, directing, writing it. So yeah.
No, I mean, I did have an idea really early on. But it was like, we never even wrote it.
Yeah.
But I had this idea of like, just, I don't know why I thought this was funny. But I was like, just me and Margot together and just being like, we're both Barbie. And someone's like, you're different. And I'd be like, how? How so?
We
I
both
think
have blonde
we're
hair.
the same. Like, and just be like beside her. But I can't be in movies that I direct. It would be too stressful. I'm amazed when people can do it, but for me, it's like two totally separate parts of my brain. I can't do them together. But I do love acting. It's really wonderful, but I
And
don't.
Greta actually is the ultimate Barbie. You know how like Barbie can do everything and be everything? Like, that's Greta. She
No,
can like
just
do
not at
and
the
be
same
everything.
time.
Except for directing and acting. At the same
No, I
time.
can't do that. That's too hard.
Okay, I'll direct a Taiwanese version for, you know, horror Barbie.
Horror
land.
Barbie land.
You're
Yes.
gonna be my actors. So
Oh my
Exactly.
God.
We'll get her in it there.
Yeah,
awesome.
good.
It's
Thank
so
you
nice
so
to
much.
meet you.